Alright, so what is up guys, it's your boy Mighty with a brand new video. So what you see right in front of you is the all new Nike React Miller 2 Shield. Now a while back I actually made a similar video a few years ago on the Nike Odyssey Reacts, and essentially it's a water resistant shoe that could go outside and run with. And here we are today, we got the latest and greatest version of that. Even though it comes with a different name, it still serves the same purpose of keeping your feet dry. Now the price points for these kicks is $140 US, but as of recording of this video, you can find on Nike.com discounted at $100. And like I said, the main purpose of this shoe is just to keep your feet dry and to basically just not get caught slipping in the streets. And no, if you do not like this design, the shield feature is found on other popular shoes like the Nike Pegasus or the Vapor Max. So it isn't the fact that this specific model is only water resistant. It's basically kind of like an enhanced version of an already existing shoe. And if you are interested, the colorway is light smoke gray and black. And the last thing before we get in, you should go true to size or even go half an inch up or a full inch. These shoes are pretty tight, so definitely don't go a size down. You should either stick to your true size or go up. So now we got that out of the way, let's talk about the highlights of this shoe. It features the knit material upper with weatherized coating. It has skins around the toes in areas where water could possibly seep in, so your toes will be staying dry if that's a major concern for you. The back of the tongue is actually insulated, so the top of your feet actually feels comfortable, and there's a lot of padding around there too. It has a very supportive midsole with React technology that kind of helps absorb any shock just to make your feet stable. If you ever worn a React shoe, they're very comfortable but also sturdy, so it's very good for running. The outsole is actually quite unique, in which it actually resembles tires, and believe it or not, the Storm Tread technology, as what Nike calls it, has basically been inspired by actual tires. So you can kind of see that the purpose of it is to provide some traction for wet and snowy weather. And you can see in the outsole it has micro grooves, which are actually meant to grab onto the road, while the multi-directional shapes that you can see is actually meant to shed water when you're making direct contact with a pavement. So you can see that this type of outsole technology is going to be very useful for any puddles that you'll see on the sidewalk or on the pavement. And one huge thing about the shoe is the fact that it actually has reflective technology, which is actually, believe it or not that common for most shoes. If you've seen my previous reviews, there you can see it's a very good reflective shoe, so it's a huge plus for night runners. And of course, it does have removable insoles, which is a plus in two ways. Number one, it'll make your shoes dry quicker if water does seep in, and number two, if you have any sort of insoles that you prefer, you can put them in there. Now, as for my personal thoughts and opinion, I think this is a really neat shoe. It's one of the highest quality Nike shoes that I've seen. You can definitely see the value that you're getting by buying this shoe. The midsole is nice, in which it kind of gives you a little bit of a height boost, and it also kind of feels like it's assisting you while running. I don't know how to exactly explain it, but when you put these on and you start running, it kind of feels like the way this shoe is built, it kind of propels you forward a little bit, which is kind of nice. It's a definitely well thought out shoe, and it'll definitely come in handy for those summer rainy days, and especially in those winter months. It is super sleek, has a really modern design, and you can easily tell that the shoe is made out of high quality material. Overall, I honestly think it's an underrated shoe. I didn't really necessarily have high expectations, but this definitely exceeded my expectations. However, the only complaint I do have is that it does feel a little tight, which is why I recommend you either stay true to size or go a size up. I'm assuming it will break out over time since these are new shoes, but that could be a concern for people with wide feet, so I definitely would not recommend it for people with wide feet unless you want to try it on. I would definitely recommend you do so. And now here are some quick comparisons between the Nike React Flyknit and the Nike Miller Shield. You can see that each shoe has one thing that the other doesn't. For example, I would say the Flyknit would be best for those dry days that aren't necessarily cold, because it's a relatively more breathable shoe. It's also a wider shoe, so basically basically that won't be a concern for people with wider feet or people who don't like that tight feeling. The Nike React is also just a really good looking shoe, has the Flyknit technology, doesn't have as much treading, but then again, this is actually just meant as your casual shoe that you would wear on a dry day or over at the gym. It's really an all-purpose shoe. Not saying that the Miller Shield is not an all-purpose shoe, but you can see that the Miller Shield is meant more for running at night, running into some raining weather. Just overall, the main purpose of it is keeping your feet dry, while the React is more making your feet more aerated. But regardless of what you get, these two shoes are really good in terms of looks and comfort. They both feature the React technology. It's just really comes down to what are your needs, what are you going to be using the shoe for, and most importantly, how does it feel on your feet? So now for the part that we all wait for in every video, the ratings. So for durability, I give it a 5 out of 5. This is a very sturdy shoe. It will definitely last you a while. I would even say last you even longer than the React because of the actual material that it's made out of. It's basically meant to go through all different types of weather, so it has to be durable in the first place. Comfort, I give it a 3 out of 5. I would give it a 4 or 5 out of 5, but again, I did mention the tightness. Sometimes that might be a concern for some people, but again, it might break out over time. Breathability, 1 out of 5. Not necessarily the most breathable shoe, but as we've known historically, when a shoe is not breathable, it's most likely going to be water resistant, which is the main purpose of this shoe. So in terms of water resistancy, I give it a 5 out of 5. It'll definitely keep your feet dry, but if you completely submerge it in a puddle, yeah, you might get socks a little bit wet, but for the most part, your feet are going to be much more dry than say your average running shoe. In terms of the drip index, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. It's a really nice shoe. I think it would get a 5 out if it had more colorways. It's kind of pretty limited. They only have black and then this other colorway that doesn't match as much. I think this one was the best one, but it's a overall really nice shoe. Definitely recommend you guys try it out. And yeah, so if you have any questions, please comment down below. You know what to do, like, subscribe, and yeah, it's been your boy Mighty, and until next time, guys, peace.